Stay with us, Bill O'Reilly in the Weekdays of Bernie segment tonight. Last week, the purveyor, BernardGoldberg.com, and I discussed the rise of Fox News and whether it's based on an ideological component. Here now to continue the discussion, Mr. Goldberg. So we ran out of time, and I know you had a couple other points to make, so you're back.
I just want to make 3 points. I'll make them as quickly as I can. Feel free to interrupt. Tell me I'm a pinhead.
Pinhead, right.
All right, number one, as I said the other night, Fox News has the best newscast on television. Special Report with
Bret Baier.
Bret Baier. Has the best Sunday show with Chris Wallace. It has, in all of television, the best Washington News Bureau. In all of television.
Right.
Most important, it's a very important counterbalance to the liberal media. And I am living, breathing proof of that because there is not another network on television, and I mean that literally, not one, that would encourage a candid debate about bias in the news, in my view, on both sides. So I thank you personally for that.
Sure.
The point I made the other night, and the point I'm making again tonight, is that liberals in the media go easy on their people and tough on conservatives, and conservatives in the media go easy on their people and tough on liberals. I know it's a generalization, but it's generally true. It's like an ideological war that we can't give them ammunition, they can't give us ammunition. I don't think that's a good thing. Point number two, liberals in the media have their favorites, conservatives have our favorites. So they didn't cover Occupy Wall Street so much as they championed it. And sorry, but Fox News didn't cover in the initial stages the Tea Party as much as they championed and were cheerleaders for the Tea Party. And even worse, some people on this channel, they tried to turn this Yahoo rancher from Nevada into an American folk hero simply because he was against the federal government.
Okay.
And so are they.
Well, let me answer now. Number one, we went over the roster of successful Fox News hosts.
And I agreed with you.
Right. And the only one who is conservative as far as his presentation is Sean Hannity at 10 o'clock. Now, there's nothing wrong with that because conservative Americans, 40% of the population, they deserve a conservative program 1 hour out of the day. Do they not?
Yes, but,
okay.
but it's not 1 hour out of the day.
But it is on Fox News.
No, it isn't.
Well, wait. Then you're going to have to back it up because we did the arc up, and every host has conservative, liberal, challenge, this, that. Look, and the rancher thing, I'll get to that in a moment, but go ahead, rebut that point.
Okay, I'm not arguing that they don't have debates. Fox has debates. Absolutely true.
We don't whitewash any stories. I mean, Benghazi you don't hear about. IRS scandal you don't hear about. You hear about it here. But there's not a liberal story or a conservative story that we whitewash. We don't whitewash stories here. We do everything.
Like I said the other night, there's a lot more to Fox than this show and the few others that you mentioned. My third and final point.
Right.
After I was on Thursday night, I got a lot of reaction from conservatives, and it was overwhelmingly positive. But I want to say that I understand the people who disagree with me. I understand your frustration, because they correctly say, that liberal media don't respect their values.
That's for sure.
Absolutely true, right? I wrote that in Bias.
You wrote the whole book on it.
Right.
And let me just get the rancher, okay? When the rancher was first presented to me, all right, the facts that came out of this story looked like this was a guy who was being oppressed. That's what it looked like. I didn't do the story. I didn't do it.
Because you're a journalist.
Well, maybe so. I didn't do it because I wanted to know more. But I don't blame the people who dove in because it was presented that way. And then when we saw what it was, it turned.
Now, hold on, Bill. The reason that certain people turn this guy or try to turn him into a hero is because he was against the federal government and they know that their audience also detests the federal government. But they really believe that. So it may be good for ratings, but pandering to the audience is not a good thing, even if it's good for ratings.
I'm going to take the last word. I didn't see it that way. I think there are Americans who believe the federal government is far too intrusive, and that's what this story in the beginning was about.
Let me have the last word. Thank you very much for letting me do this.
All right, great debate. Bernie Goldberg, there he is. Water's on deck. What do you owe your country? Then the factor tip of the day, Starbucks rescinds the race stuff. Moments away.